Welcome to the Creative Appliques channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back and checking in to get some inspiration and confidence. If you are new to my channel, if you would kindly please consider subscribing. That way I know you like the content I'm posting and you find it of value. After you've subscribed, you can hit the bell to make sure you're notified by email when I upload new videos. So thank you so much for being here, and let's make your life creative. This video that you're going to watch now used to be a Facebook Live video, but I thought it had great value and content, so I wanted to share it with you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for being here. Hi Facebook, how are you? This is Dawn from Creative Appliques. I hope you're all doing well on this February 3rd. Wanted to check in with you and talk about hooping difficult fabrics. Now, what defines difficult fabrics? I think that it's a definition that it depends on who you are, how much experience you have, how much sewing you've done. So difficult fabrics could be, something that's hard to hoop, towels, fleece, something with pile. Those could be difficult fabrics. Today, I wanted to talk about hooping thin, lightweight fabric that shifts and moves in the hoop. So something like satin, okay, which is very slippery, or silk, thin, lightweight fabric like organza, or anything that is really thin and lightweight, linen possibly too. Those are going to be difficult to hoop. Okay, so let's talk about it for a bit. So we have our hoop, right, and nothing special about it. It's all plastic, you put it in there and you tighten the screw. So let's hoop the piece of thin organza here. Okay, so I've got it hooped and it's in there pretty nice, pretty tight. I can tap on it. Okay, but if you get any kind of pressure at all, and I'm not pushing very hard, if you get any kind of pressure at all, the fabric starts shifting in the hoop. Okay, you see that? How much movement that got? If you have a design that has high density, lots and lots of stitches, it could start causing this. You can have, if you have a lining inside something that is very thin, so if you have, a satin dress with some lining and you're trying to embroider on it, that movement and that shifting will affect the design, and it's going to affect your product. It's going to affect what you sew. And let's face it, embroidery is expensive, from not only the cost of the machine, but the threads and the stabilizers and then the products you're sewing onto, not to mention the cost of the designs, right? I hear you. But we want to make sure that when we create our products, when we sew for either family or friends or as our business, that we're not wasting our time. So we want to make sure that when we sew something, it's going to come out beautiful, right? Because it's a representation of ourselves and on our pride, and if it's a gift. So anyway, we're not using stabilizer here today because I want to talk about the shifting and the movement of the fabric. And of course, with all of this, you would use the correct stabilizer that you need. So this was just the organza hooped with, nothing in the hoop. So now let's talk about a few alternatives to give you to be able to hoop something without shifting. So one of the things that I have that is awesome is Prewrap. This is something that you can buy at a medical arts store. You can buy it at sporting goods stores like Dick's. You can buy it at your local pharmacy, Rite Aid, CVS, any of those. and it comes in a multiple of different colors. And this stuff, you buy it in the medical section of the store. You know, if you were at Walmart, you'd buy it where the bandages are. It's called Prewrap, and you use it. What its intended purpose is for wrapping around on the skin before you put an elastic bandage on, so that, you know, the tape doesn't go directly on the skin and irritate and cause, you know, more discomfort for an already injured area. So this is something that is awesome. I'm going to talk about how to put it on. Okay, so you can do one of two things. You can do the inside hoop, you can do the outside hoop, or you can do both hoops. So I have it shown here. This is the inside hoop that I have all wrapped, okay? And then I just take a little piece of Scotch tape and I tape it. So this being the inside hoop, you want to tape it maybe more towards the top here, so that, you know, it's not going to be in the way of where the fabric is actually going to be joining up with the outside hoop. So I know it's not the prettiest thing, but I promise you it's going to save you a lot of headaches. Okay, and so then this is the outside hoop. So I did both the inside and the outside. So now I'm going to show you how to do this little section here, because you're going to want to make sure you have the entire hoop covered as much as possible, being that if there's any part of the plastic exposed, that's going to cause shifting of the fabric. So let's watch how to wrap it. It's really simple. I prefer to use the pieces on the actual, still on the roll, and just get it, and, you know, just catch the area, hold it with your thumb, and then I pull it as I'm wrapping it around, because this is going to create it to be nice and tight and nice and smooth. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, and it's foamy, so it's stretchy and it's kind of foamy feeling. All right, so now when I get to here, all I'm going to do is just tear it. Tears very easily, and then get my piece of tape. Now this is the outer hoop, so I'm going to just tape it on the outside here, so it's not going to get in the way of the fabric. So I've done it all the way around. Now the area where your hoop is going to connect to the machine, that area, if you can't wrap it, okay? So what I did is I just took a piece of it and taped it on there, on here, and then taped it on the bottom here, so that this area is covered as well. Okay, so now we have both the outer bottom hoop and the inner top hoop all covered. All right, now let's take our fabric again. And we're going to hoop it. See, now it doesn't slide very well, does it? So I need to loosen that a bit. And that's the whole point. We don't want it sliding. All right, so now we tighten the screw. And we've got it nice and snug. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can see that it's hooped nice and tightly. And now when I try to push on it, I'm not getting movement like I did before, okay? So this is really going to help your fabric stay in place and not shift. There are two other items I wanted to talk about as well. The one I don't have, but I'll explain it to you, and you'll know what I'm talking about. When you go to the doctors and you get blood drawn, or they give you a shot, okay, flu shots, anything like that, they always cover it in a piece of gauze, and then they have that elastic, stretchy, adhesive stuff that they wrap around it. You know, they ask you what color you want so you can match your outfit and look very fashionable, new accessory for you, right? But that stuff is what is really good as well, and it's adhesive, so you can take that and wrap that all the way around the hoop as well, and that will give it some, you know, friction to prevent slippage. One more item I want to talk about as well is called hoop grip, and this stuff is sold specifically for embroidery hoops, and it comes on a roll like this. This outside yellow part is actually paper, and on the inside here is a self-adhesive kind of tape, and it's when you'll stick this on the hoop, and then when you peel the paper off, what's left on the outside is a rubber part, and it prevents slipping. So you can do it either on so this is my outside hoop, sorry, this is my top inside hoop, and you would do it on the outside of the inside hoop, or do it on the inside of the bottom outside hoop. I don't know if you really want to do both, the top and the bottom. This stuff it's expensive. It's about $17 a roll. So you want to, I put it on and I've left it on. I haven't taken it off. Of course it gets some, shifting and movement a little bit. But anyway, can you see? This is it right here. All right, and I did all 4 sides. I didn't do the corners. I just did the sides of it. Okay, and so what happens is when you take, your bottom hoop, let me show you again, real quick. You take your bottom hoop and put the fabric in there. I need to clean my hoops, don't I? They've had lots of use, lots of love. And tighten it down, just make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay, and so then that gives a nice tight hooping right there. And there's not a lot of shifting that goes on, with this. It really helps as well. So those are a few tips there to help you with your difficult fabrics, thin fabrics, fabrics that shift a lot. I hope this information was helpful. I hope it's something that you can use. Let me know if you've tried it. When I get done here, I'll throw up some links so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And we'll see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.